Welcome to John Cleese Car Audio YouTube channel. Today we have a Mercedes SL in with us. This is the R230 chassis. It's aged well, the car, but what hasn't aged well is the infotainment system in the dashboard. If you've got this car, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. It's got that very basic Mercedes sat-nav with no Bluetooth, no DAB, and obviously no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Our customer loves the car. It's an SL500, so it's not the basic edition, but wanted a bit of an upgrade for the usability of this stereo. Now, if we get inside, I'll show you the results because this video is purely about the finished result of what we've done. So we've removed the factory command system because this had the navigation option from standard. That was the original radio that was in it. Now we've done an upgrade on this car, which is actually fully reversible. You don't need to do any modification on the facelift version of the SL. So what we've done here can be reversed should you want to keep your example unmolested when you sell it. So let's turn the unit on and actually show you what we've done. This is the Sony model, in particular the XAV AX6050, if you want to do a bit of research into it. We discussed with the customer all the options you can have, because you can have Pioneer, you can have Alpine, you can have Kenwood in here. You're not limited to just Sony, but the customer wanted kind of the most simple looking unit to keep it as OEM looking as possible. Obviously it's never going to look factory because we've got rid of all the buttons and fitted this aftermarket fascia in it, but the Sony's quite a basic looking unit with a matte finish. It's got like a non-reflective screen on it. The buttons just illuminate white. It is quite a subtle looking unit. Now this option of radio is now going to give the customer DAB radio, still got FM radio should you wish to use it, Bluetooth, phone connectivity, and the most important feature the customer wanted was Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. We'll get into that in a second, but I'm just going to tell you this car had factory Bose. So down at the speaker grills we have the Bose logo on, if you can just about see that from here or from that side. That means this car runs a separate amplifier on it. Now you've got two ways of doing this installation. You can either retain the factory Bose amp, which we've done in this case, or if the amplifier's got a fault on it, or you just want slightly better improved sound or more control over the audio, we can actually bypass that Bose system and put another amplifier in. But this customer's retained the original one, so we've fitted an interface to retain the Bose. We've got steering wheel controls as well on the steering wheel, volume up and down, track up and down, and even the phone buttons. We've connected all of these to the Sony as well, so it is fully integrated. Now let's get my phone connected so you can see what Apple CarPlay looks like in your SL. So you push the phone button on the Sony, you go to connect, and then it allows the unit to be visible. So now I'm going to go onto my settings, I'm going to go to Bluetooth, and I'm going to just show you how easy it is to connect to it. So what you want to do is you want to go to Bluetooth, scroll down to new devices, and you're going to search for the devices that are available now. And there you go, it's going to appear at the bottom there, XAV AX6050. We select it, and we just follow the on-screen prompts. Pair on the phone, allow your contacts to synchronize. It's doing the Bluetooth connection now, and then it's going to say, do you want to connect via CarPlay? And it's now going to establish it over Wi-Fi. And if you wait a few seconds, it will then bring up my symbols on the screen shortly, just like that. Now to the keen eye, you're going to notice that the CarPlay shortcuts are on the left, which is indicative of a left-hand drive car. Do not worry, after this video I will remember to move those to the right-hand side. I won't do it now because I have to disconnect CarPlay and it's going to extend this video way too long. So now I'm going to push the home button and I'm going to now be able to scroll through my CarPlay screen, giving me access to all the usable apps available whilst driving. For example, phone. So my favourites are down here, my contacts are on here, and I can even go to a dial pad and call out, as simple as that. Now this, as you notice, works extremely well on the touchscreen because this is a capacitive touchscreen, not to be confused with lesser models with resistive screens. This is far more responsive. We have now access to Apple Maps, Google Maps, Waze, and if you pay for it you can even use TomTom, which is a yearly free for that one. If you go into an area there's no DAB coverage for whatever reason, because DAB hasn't got 100% coverage, you've also got access to internet radio stations like Radio Player, BBC Sounds, Capital Dance and the like, or YouTube Music as well. WhatsApp can be read out through Siri, and yeah, it's a very easy system to use. You've got shortcut to voice button down the bottom right, so whatever screen you're on you can push the voice button, wait for Siri and give it a command, which is nice and easy to use. And you've also got the volume buttons down the bottom and skip buttons down the bottom. So if you didn't have steering wheel controls, these push buttons are a lot easier to use than some of the other screens available where you've got just touch sensitive buttons, which can be quite hard to use when you're driving. But yeah, that is Apple CarPlay. You can also put Android Auto on this unit because this is a unit that supports both. You've got expandability on the unit as well. Customer hasn't gone for it in this low situation, but you can add a reverse camera onto this as well, which will automatically select upon reverse. HDMI, if you're wondering what that is, that means you can add things like a lead directly to your phone for mirroring, or you can even add an Amazon Fire Stick to actually watch Netflix and YouTube in the car, should that be what you want to do. Now I'll show you a couple of things you can see from the interior, because you're going to want to see what else we add. At the top here, you've got the microphone for your Bluetooth. In some situations, people have been hiding these, which are fine if you want to do that, but we find the best call quality is actually having it on show, especially in a convertible when the roof's down. You want the mic to be as good as it can be because road noise is going to be a factor. And on the passenger side of the windscreen, we fitted a DAB aerial because this car never had DAB, so you cannot use the factory aerial that's for FM for DAB. So we have to fit those parts of the installation just in case you're wondering, but give it a week and they're out of your peripheral vision anyway. You don't really notice them. It is subtle, but a necessity is having those on display on show. Or you just ditch the DAB aerial if you don't want DAB. You might be happy to rely on internet radio. Entirely up to you. This is a Mercedes SL 2008, I want to say. This is a facelift. We can also do the older SL, so like 2002, 2003 for the same solution. You know what to do. Get in contact and we'll give you a quote on how much this solution costs for your SL. Every SL is different, so different specifications will cost different. But yeah, Mercedes SL, Apple CarPlay. My name is Connor, got Max behind the camera, and from Matt and Simon who did the installation, we hope you have a good day. Don't forget to support our channel, we really appreciate it. But it's Connor signing off. See you later.